guys, it's Avalon here and welcome back to Simply Avalon. And as you can tell from the title of this video, this is going to be a couple of activities that you can do while in quarantine, which I sound way happier than I should be about making this video. It's just been a long couple of days. I actually got back home from college because our in-person classes were canceled and we were all basically sent home about a week ago. Not funny. And it's just been a whirlwind couple of days to pack up my entire room and just get it all moved and put together within 2 days of hearing the news, and then flying out within 3. And it's just been a crazy couple of weeks because now, by the time you guys are seeing this, I will literally be starting my classes online, which again, crazy because we're gonna have a shortened semester now and I still have a term paper. This is all has nothing to do with the video right now, but you know, just kind of sharing a little part of, you know what, this semester, this school year was obviously not what we expected, but you are not alone in this. And it's part of the reason why I created this video, just because I thought that there were some activities that, you know, we can all do just so we can kind of enjoy ourselves during these very, very trying times. But yeah, I'm talking too much now, so let's go ahead and get started with the video. So my first activity idea is to journal. I'm actually going to be coming out with a video next week on how I personally journal, but I feel like that is just always a great way to, one, pass the time, and two, just to kind of keep a record of the crazy things that we are seeing right now, because we are kind of in unprecedented territory. Most people living today did not see the influenza scare, the Spanish flu scare in, I believe, 1917, 1918. I'll list it right there. But yeah, we're in a kind of crazy time right now, and I feel like nothing else gives me peace like writing and you know, kind of being rooted in the here and now. And I feel like journaling kind of gives you the platform to do that. It gives you the platform to lay all of your thoughts and ideas out on the table and to kind of find peace. I don't know, that was probably just a messy kind of like explanation, but it's something that you can definitely do, not only just to pass the time, but also just to keep a record of the time. So my second activity idea, by the way, I'm also reading from my notebook. But yeah, second idea is to exercise. I don't know about you guys, but I personally love to exercise. When I was in college, I was working out at least 3 times, if not 4 times a week, just because I really love weights, but the gyms are closed right now. So it makes it a smidge harder to do, you know, weights. So instead, I have found like some online workouts from Chloe Ting. I'm also just kind of doing ab workouts at home that I was doing while I was in college anyway. But you don't even have to do that. You can still walk outside, even though we are quarantined, or most of us are kind of in a quarantine type of zone. You are still allowed to walk out in the outdoors, enjoy the fresh air, maybe get a jog in. But I honestly suggest kind of getting at least a little bit of exercise each day. I will also suggest, number 3, is to focus on maybe creating a skincare routine. I don't know about you, but there is nothing like having a bit more time on your hands to get you thinking, what are some of the things that I can potentially fix on myself? One being me actually washing my face, actually putting moisturizer and SPF on every single day. Smaller things like that will definitely make a difference in the health of your skin. And it's something that, again, you will probably see differences in, not necessarily fast, but it's great to go ahead and start those habits now. I would also suggest, as my number 4, is to try out some new recipes. I know all of us love to just scroll through Pinterest, but we never actually try the recipes, or at least most of us don't actually try the recipes. But now's a perfect time to go ahead and get your baking hat on or your chef's hat on and go ahead and try out those cookies that you always put into your Pinterest folder and you're just thinking, I've always wanted to try these, or I wanted to actually try cooking grilled chicken. There's so many different recipes out there that you can go ahead and try right now. Number 5, for all my cleaners out there or messy people out there, now's a great time to go ahead and clean or reorganize. I know for me, since I just moved back into my house, me and my sister just kind of like unpacked all of my clothes. I was folding stuff, putting things away, and now I'm trying to like go ahead and dig out like a workspace, since I am going to be having to do college work here in my room, and I can't just work on my bed, even though I would love to, just because I don't get work done on my bed. Again, too much information. But now's a great time to be able to set aside those spots, get things cleaned. I mean, spring cleaning, I guess, kind of came a little bit early, but it's now a great time to go ahead and get those things that you always had on your to-do list, but you never got around to doing. Now is a great time to get around to doing those things.
Another thing that we probably don't think about is now is a great time for us to go ahead and clear out our inboxes and potentially delete those emails that we have been meaning to delete for a while now. And since we may have a little bit more time on our hands, maybe that's a great place to start with doing a little bit of early spring cleaning.
So another thing that I have, my number 6, is to try out a new movie or TV show. I am personally doing this right now. There are so many different rom-coms that I've been wanting to watch, and also just so many different TV shows that are out there right now that you can just kind of try out and see if you will like them. I'm personally finishing up The Bachelor just because I quit it because Peter is... he's Peter and I didn't like him, but you know what? I now have the time. I also watched Love is Blind because why would I not watch Love is Blind? Is the real question. Exactly. And if you have some suggestions, definitely comment them down below because we are all looking for great suggestions during this time. After that, number 7 is one of my personal favorites, which is to read a book. I have quite a few books in my room right now. For instance, Becoming by Michelle Obama is literally behind there, and I still have not gotten around to reading it, but I can tell you that besides the fact that I've already started it, but I plan to finish it before school restarts in a week. So I'm really hoping that this period of time will give me a time to take a breath and finally do some reading that I have wanted to do instead of just a reading assigned to me in class. When was the last time you actually read a book for yourself? I'm not talking about the reading that you have to do in your textbook or the books you have to do in your lit class. What about a book that you just read just because you wanted to read it? But instead of getting onto that rant, let's go ahead and get to number 8, which is to FaceTime or call a friend. There are so many different ways to get in contact with your friends right now that it's almost ridiculous. Yes, we are in the middle of unprecedented time, but also can we talk about the technology that has made this such a better situation than, again, I keep on mentioning this, but the Spanish flu. Many of us who carry iPhones around, we have FaceTime. Many of us who don't carry iPhones around also have Skype. And there's also Netflix Party. There are so many different ways that we can stay connected with our friends and family that it's almost would be a terrible thing for us to not keep in contact. So I definitely would just say to make sure you carve out a tiny bit of time every single day to talk to either one person or several people each day just to make sure you're staying in contact with those that you love. Number 9, maybe a little bit controversial for some people, but I personally say to write a letter. I know, it's a little old-fashioned now, isn't it? But I feel like we've kind of grown away from the art of writing, and I kind of say this slowly just because some people are gonna be like, ah!
Actually, I do write. I write an email every day. I write a paper for my class on Word documents. Isn't that like the same thing?
But like, it isn't. There's something different about putting pen to paper and to actually like watch the words flow onto a page. Maybe it's just me because I am a writer and I love watching words flow onto pages. I love the ink, I love everything. It doesn't have to be something that you send out to someone, but I mean, I definitely think that a lot of us could use that great pick-me-up of just having a letter sent to us, just to show that you care, especially for our loved ones who are in nursing homes right now who cannot actually see their loved ones simply because of rules surrounding the current virus outbreak, that it's not safe for them, but you can still send a letter so that they can know that you care. Lastly, and this one may be a little bit of a whoa, number 10, it's very, very vague, very, very open, but it's to try out something new. Try to find a new hobby. learn a language, just do something different. You can even take photos, try and find ways to make the mundane, the everyday interesting. So my last thing that is technically not a part of the 10 things that I was going to suggest, but I still feel like that is equally, if not more important than them all, is to rest. R-E-S-T, rest. This is a time that has been mentally and physically draining for all of us. And I feel like I would be doing everyone a disservice if I kind of tried to make it seem like we're not going through something that is crazy, weird, and just upsetting. But we are, and you know, it's okay to be unproductive sometimes. It's okay to say, you know what, I'm going to sleep today. Take some time, pause. Because I feel like this is kind of a sign that we really just have to stop and see how can we rebuild ourselves? How can we also rebuild this country? How can we unite? Rebuild this world. There's so many things that we can just stop and just think about and rest. Just rest. So those are all of the things that I have for this what to do while quarantined video. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.